Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Rowan. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you as always for being here. Alright, so the energy today is bringing forth a shovel. There's somebody trying to cover their tracks, hide evidence, as usual I guess. And they're also showing me they showed me a six-sided star. And it's some kind of symbol representing a group. It feels dark to me. It feels kind of like a cult. I don't know. This six-sided star involves one color on each part of the star, like a rainbow. And then there's a white background. So I don't know who that's for, but you may want to look into that. If you hear a bunch of stomping around, it's my dogs. Okay, I'm also seeing I'm hearing magic potion, and they're showing me a purple potion. There's a few things here. So the purple potion they're showing me reminds me of a game where you can use the potion to create something new. And Spirit is saying that the potion is representing information that you were fed as a child. So this is telling me that you were fed a bunch of misinformation or indoctrination type stuff as a child. I'm hearing 14. I'm hearing 6 and 14, so I'm not really sure what that means for you guys, but I think it's between those ages for a lot of you. And the stuff that you were told is going to make sense in the future. This also had to do with people trying to rein you in or control your creative urges because you're a really intelligent and creative person. They thought that this information or indoctrination would be able to be used to control you, and it wasn't. I feel that this group has suffered a lot at the hands of these people, at your authority figures or caretakers, and a lot of the things that they did to you are I'm hearing unspeakable. Okay, so I'm wishing you guys lots of healing through this. I feel like most of you have not been continuing to try to seek justice about this stuff. I feel like you're in the phase of being it is what it is. I just want to gain my life back. This is taking up too much. Some of you are still in people trying to drag you back. I'm seeing a tug of war, trying to pull your energy back in, and most of you are already out. Okay, we have an important message from the birds is going to come to your attention. This has been coming up, just came up in one of my last readings, about this group being incredibly connected to the birds, and how a lot of you may have a lineage connected to birds, and receiving messages from them. For example, the Celts, a lot of the Celtic traditions had, counting crows is from the Druids. The Druids used to have a practice of divination where they would see how many crows would show up, what their movements were, and interpret that as a form of scrying. Just for example, and I think that this group has that power because not everybody does have that power. Okay, we have the metal detector. I think you're picking up on where the bullshit is in the people in your life. I think that there's a lot of people in your life right now who say things, and one thing out of what they said will just stick to you, and you'll think about it and weigh it in your mind to the point where you're okay, this is the thing I need to pay attention to. Here's another piece. And all of these pieces are used to protect you. These are all things that you can put together to get out of this situation. Yeah, you've had a lot of people that were have two bugs here. And one of them is called 4-starred ladybug. And I was just talking about 6-pointed star earlier. I didn't actually look at these cards before I started this. So 4-pointed star, or 4 stars, and 6-pointed star may be relevant for you guys. And if you know what that symbol is, and you feel comfortable, please leave it in the comments, because I am curious. I'm almost getting, with the 6-pointed star, it's giving the vibe of an all-female group. And I'm a little loath to say what group I think it is, and I can't remember exactly what their insignia looks like. But if you know, you know. But yeah, let us know in the comments about that 4-star. I'm not sure what that is, or if there's a different group that maybe isn't all female that you guys know about. Maybe we can kind of help each other figure this stuff out. Okay, I have Protector of the Throne and Trap Master. It's like there was a woman. Oh, this does have to do with women. Okay, so there's a woman energy, or a female energy. I do feel like it's a woman, though, who was definitely trying to, like, take from you, whoever you are, viewer. And it's like she was in control of your power, or you're always looking to her to model yourself in some way. This is definitely like a caretaker energy. This could be an advisor later on in your teenage years, or like some kind of teacher for some of you. But this woman, like, modeled herself in a way that you were supposed to be like her. Like, this was supposed to be somebody you looked up to, but really she was, like, laying traps for you. Like, each time she would see you step out of line or step towards getting out of indoctrination, she'd do something to kind of pull you back in, or, like, subtly shame you or something like this. There's a lot of very devious girl. There's a lot of devious kind of feminine energies here. My dog's working on an antler. Don't mind her. I tried to set her up on a blanket so she wasn't so loud. I'm gonna move that real quick, guys. I'm so sorry. I've done this like 3 times now. Sweetie. Okay. Alright, we also have Dispel in reverse. So some of you are in the process of spell breaking some of the things that were put on you by this group. Or even understanding how some of these spells worked if you're in the process. I have destruction and field. And this, I'm reading this as like a cosmic field, like a auric field. There is some kind of spellwork energy that is scattered into your auric field if you're still dealing with issues, especially in the dream state. And it almost reminds me of like an infestation. There's like specific little things that need picked out of your aura. And you can either go to like a trusted healer for this. This is something that I used to do. I haven't reopened that energy work yet, but it's something I used to do. You can do this too, though. Everybody can. You have control of your own energy. But go into meditation and imagine like removing pieces that are stuck in your aura that shouldn't be there. This is all intuitive and a lot of visualization, okay? But anybody can learn to do this stuff because the divine gives us all the ability to control our own energy. So don't feel like you ever like need somebody else to do things. It's always a good thing, and that's why I like to make myself available for help for this kind of stuff, but I like to teach people how to do it themselves as well, because I think we're all supposed to remember how to do that. Now, we also have Dream Clown here. I feel like a lot of these people have been, like, different people you've met in your life, and even some professionals that you've worked for have tried to make you look like a clown. This is so weird. It's like this conspiracy to try to keep you small in a way. And, like, why are we doing this? A lot of these people were paid. I feel like this is so strange, but some of you have gone through situations in your life where you've had multiple bad events that were so specifically nasty and targeted toward you that it was, like, hard for you to tell other people because you're like, who is gonna get this? You know, this is so weird how this has turned out. And it was so targeted because there's certain people that you grew up with or around who have paid other people that you met to include you in their organization or like hire you or do taxes, I'm hearing, for somebody. There's different things like that. And they were paid to do this. There was a certain amount of time that they wanted you to work for them. And then if you became inconvenient to the people who were paying them, they'd manufacture some reason to get rid of you. and slander the hell out of you. A lot of this is very, very targeted and very clandestine stuff. And it's not about, like, oh, who would do this to me because I'm an unimportant person. It's not like that. This is control because these people are making money off of you in some way. That's their reason for wanting to control you, is because they can make money off of extorting you. Almost like selling your labor. Okay. It's like they contact people to seek you out or to run into you and be like, oh, hey, are you looking for this? And like start a conversation that to you seems very spontaneous, but is actually very orchestrated. Not for everybody, obviously. I'm reading for a lot of people here. So, you know, take what resonates. I always have to say that. Yeah, but we have judgment coming up here for this collective. Your guardians are coming in and saying, we're taking care of this. This cannot continue. You cannot continue to be a cog in somebody else's machine. The number 20 may be significant for this group. You may be seeing XX a lot as well. We have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, this caged energy that you have is because they convinced you that you are stuck. This is something that you have the ability to remove from yourself. There's been a lot of limiting beliefs that have been put on you at a super early age, and I feel like this group has been working through it and really working on your inner power, your self-confidence, ensuring, especially through your relationships, that you do get your 2 of Cups. You do get, you know, good relationships, good friendships, where people are giving back equally and pouring back into your cup. Because you've had, I think that a lot of you began your healing through relationships, or maybe had a lot of relationships that taught you things and woke you up. For some of you, you had a partner when you were younger, like in your early 20s or like teens, that like helped in your awakening in a way. That's not for everybody, but it's like they spontaneously helped wake you up because they were sent in by spirit to start your journey, because they knew it would take you a long time. Your spirit guides knew this wouldn't be an overnight thing. This takes a long time to come out of things like this. With the Magician, you absolutely have the power to change your reality and bring yourself back to life, because I feel this almost dusty, like, energy level from you guys. It's just like, I'm so tired. And I don't feel like it's all physical. I feel like this is a mental fatigue and emotional fatigue of just like, not another damn thing. I'm really just hearing, what the fuck? Like, it's always like something, and it's not always going to be like that. This 10 of Wands in reverse, that means that you're putting these burdens down one by one. You're no longer taking responsibility for the people who are so dysfunctional around you. It's like people will call you or show up at your house for some of you, or have coffee with you, or I'm hearing tea. Somebody is really specifically into tea. I don't know. But whoever this is, it's like you have regular interactions with people who are always dumping their shit on you. And Spirit's like, you have to leave this. You have to back away from this. This isn't something that can be done with these people. They're showing me a worn out pair of shoes, like a worn out pair of leather shoes. And they're like, these can't be repaired anymore. You've walked these shoes into the ground. They're done. You're getting sharp rocks in your feet now. You're like beating yourself up trying to do this. Just get a new fucking pair of shoes. It really is like that. And I know how hard this is when it's your own family. It really is tough. But I feel like... Shh. Hey, enough. Okay, so this 5 of Cups in this card shows all these people at a party that are like passed out and drunk. And there's one person leaving the party, like walking away, like they're the only sober one. And that's you guys. You're like, you guys have been drunk the whole time. This wasn't fun for me. Like, I'm out. This Knave of Cups. I'm just going to read these cards by the art, which is why I was told to get them out. some of you have been writing things down, and you need to look back on your journals. You need to look back at timing of things and really think about the timing of when things happen versus why you thought they happened. And you're going to see a pattern that tells you might have been telling yourself some stories that were for other people's benefit and that didn't necessarily reflect logic or reality. 8 of Wands here. There's an illumination coming in. You're leaving this broken house, this broken tower behind, okay? But the only way to do that is to rediscover what you're passionate about. Unfortunately, a lot of you have, like, gotten lost in the sauce of, like, daily life, of, the chaos. I mean, you've really dealt with so much chaos that you're used to it now, to the point where if you don't have it, you don't know what to do with yourself for a lot of you. Even if you're out of it by now, you might be in that kind of, almost like a bored phase. And I feel that this is such a strange energy, because there's 2 groups I'm reading for in this energy right now. One of you is like, oh my god, I wish I was bored. Like, that sounds so good right now because things are so crazy. And the other group is like, why wouldn't I want to do something? I've been stuck for so long, because you're out of it now, and your nervous system hasn't quite adjusted. And that takes time. I'm hearing for the group that is already out and feels a little bored and unsure what to do with themselves. There's ways to balance your nervous system using herbs. Obviously, I'm not a doctor or medical professional. So, use your intuition, do your research, talk to your doctor. But I am just your friendly neighborhood reader. And yeah, herbal support for some of you would be really, really good. They're showing me, like, plants and finding things that'll help you resettle your nervous system, okay? Lemon balm for some of you. For some of you, this is a plant that, the actual name isn't coming to me, but there's something about rose in the name, and it has to do with balancing your nervous system. I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called offhand. That has to do with a rose, okay? Roseola or something? I don't know. I don't know this plant, so you're gonna have to look. Alright, we do have a tower. And don't freak out if you're kind of new to tarot and you're like, oh shit, a tower. The tower is not always something bad, okay? The tower means that there's something intense that's going to break down an old structure. And towers can be avoided. That's why they come up in the tarot, because they're going to show you, hey, you don't have to do this in a really chaotic and damaging way. You can actually work through this on your own. So this particular tower actually has to do... One second, guys. It actually has to do with a male figure in your life, a male caretaker in your life, who did some damage to you. Oh, wow. Okay, for some of you, I'm seeing that this person literally made you sick. That's not like a figure of speech. I feel like being around this person made you physically ill and took you a long time to recover physically because they did so much damage to you. For some of you, this is a physical harm that happened through conflict that was inflicted on you. I'm trying to avoid things that the bad kids say on YouTube, okay? and for some of you, this is like, this person was just so damaging to your nervous system and such a bully, or like so unnerving and scary, but it was quiet. And you had to like hide a lot in whatever way that is for you. Okay, and I feel like you are also among this group that would really benefit from settling your nervous system. There's a lot of day-to-day things I'm hearing that would help this collective really help out their nervous system, even if you're still in this shit. I mean, you need to get away from these people if you are. That's important. But there's a lot of things that can change in the way that you approach your bedtime, even mentally. The type of bedtime ritual that you have, Even the type of like bedding that you have, for some of you, you might have some bedding that's like really bothering you. This is so specific for somebody, but there's like bedding and the texture is wrong for you. Somebody here has sensory issues, and there's like something about being in bed that is either texturally or sensorily just really terrible. And you don't have to be like that anymore. You don't have to live like that anymore. And I can relate to this because when you go through trauma, a lot of times that little, quote unquote, little stuff, it's like you're trained to ignore yourself. So try to get really clear with yourself about what's actually bothering you, and do something about it, because that actually helps to balance your nervous system. All that little stuff builds up, and the more that you check things off the list, of like, okay, now I can go to bed and I took care of everything that was icky for me around bedtime. I can sleep better. I feel better. What foods am I eating that just suck? How can I make this better for me? Really think about that stuff. Even write it down. I feel like this group does really well with lists, checklists I'm seeing. I'm hearing, not to say you're organized. I didn't say that. I swear your spirit team is dragging you a little bit. But yeah, checklists will really help you guys, okay? With the Chariot. Yeah, this is going to help you move forward out of this energy, okay? We also have a 10... Oh, wow, this is good. 10 of Pentacles coming up here. 10 of Pentacles is about your physicality. It's about a fulfillment and a joy around your life and your housing, your security, your stability, your money, all that stuff. All the little things we're talking about, like your routines, your day-to-day life, feeling good again. Or maybe for some of you, for the first time. This 3 of Wands, the things, Spirit is promising right now that the things that you've been putting into practice in your life, they're going to happen for you. But you have to take the first steps towards them. You can't just dream about it and then magically change. You have to dream about it and then take small steps to make it happen for yourself. But they're saying once you do that, is absolutely going to happen. With the Knight of Pentacles, it's a slow process for this group. And that's okay, because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck, but he's also the most sure. That means that the things that the Knight puts into place are settled once they're done. Whereas the other knights can be chaotic, things can fall apart in the process, maybe not turn out 100% the way they want. When the Knight of Pentacles comes in, he's like, I'm slow, but it is going to be perfect at the end. And that's a great card to get after this. That's really, really good. Now, keep in mind, though, don't tell other people, especially those of you still in this stuff, do not tell other people about your dreams with the Star. If you tell them about your dreams, I have the 10 of Swords coming up, which is people, it's some dude stabbed with 10 swords. This is people coming for you. And then we have the the 5 of Wands, which is being attacked when you least expect it, okay? So we want to stay away from sharing the things we want to happen and protect those things. The Star in this deck has a dog protecting this woman. She's completely naked in the card, so she's vulnerable, but she has a big guard dog next to her. So this is protect those dreams with your life, man. People do not need to know about that. Make sure that the only people who know about it are people who are good for you, who will protect you. And these are going to be new people. They're not going to be people you already know, okay? Okay, they want me to change decks. What else, please? Oh, here's some herbs. Okay. I was wondering why I got this deck out, because I haven't been reading with it a lot. We have some herbs that you can forage if you live on the East Coast of the U.S. They might be in some other places, too. And if you don't live here, you can get something that's similar to it, okay? And these are cool because you can use them either medicinally, or you can use them for spell work. Hey, don't do that. She's being a menace. I'm so sorry, guys. Spirit, protectors, angels, guides. What are some herbs that would be beneficial to this group, please? Herbs that would be beneficial. Stinging nettle. Okay, stinging nettle is really cool as it's something you can eat as well. It's super prolific on the East Coast in a lot of places. Appalachia, it's very prolific here as well. And, you know, you can eat this. You can use it to help with arthritis topically. You can do a lot of stuff with it. Now, stinging nettle spiritually speaks of sacrifice, reward, and pain. So this is also like spiritually going to help you release this cycle of thinking that anytime that you want something good to come in, that you have to hurt yourself in a certain way or sacrifice something that's very hard for you to get it. Because this is definitely something that this group you were dealing with, these caretakers you dealt with, put into place in you to prevent you from reaching a certain level of success that would exceed theirs. This is a very jealous energy. Blue vervain. Okay, I don't know a ton about the medicinals of blue vervain. I've never personally used it. But it speaks of love, relationships, and union. So this is a very heart-healing plant that you can use spiritually. And it's also really connected to speaking from the heart. So if you're somebody that feels really stuck in terms of speaking from your soul, this will be a really good plant for you guys to connect with. Cannabis. Enough said. We have reishi. Rebirth, second chances, and renewal. Reishi is amazing if you have autoimmune issues, which a lot of us do who have had trauma. And it's really good for rebuilding yourself. So if you're in a rebuilding process, spiritually, emotionally, physically, it's going to be really good for you. If you are going to take it medicinally, I personally can recommend getting like a triple extraction tincture. Works really, really well. I had good luck with that. There's plenty of other ways you can take it, but that's what I like. Okay. And then, I was just talking about a rose, and this is multiflora rose. Okay. So this talks about antagonism, conflict, and disharmony. So spiritually, you can use this to resolve those things I'm feeling. I feel like this is a smoothing out type of energy. Really cool. I've never personally worked with that one. Obviously, I couldn't remember the name, but it's a nice energy. It feels very soothing. I'm going to check that out. There's something here about the fragrance of it as well being very, very healing to this group. This isn't in this deck, but they're also showing me lavender, especially the smell at bedtime, and lavender is very spiritually protective as well. Anything else, please? I feel like they're good on the deck. What else? Yeah, and I already said lemon balm, and I just want to talk about that one because that's a plant that I've worked with a lot. Medicinally, spiritually, I've grown it. I love it. Lemon balm is amazing because it's extremely easy to grow. It will take over your garden, though. But in it, taking over the garden and being willing to grow in many different ways, it's amazing for bouncing back. Like, spiritually working with lemon balm not only is soothing to nerve pain and, that kind of stuff medicinally, but spiritually it's really, really good for, like, choking out things that don't belong in your garden, in your manifestations, in your life. You can use it spiritually for that, to kind of protect yourself. And also, in a way, play offense for you. It's a really, really cool herb. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Okay, and we're going to get one archetype card for you guys, and then we're going to wrap it up. I hope you guys are doing really well. I really appreciate all of you who leave me messages in the comments. It means so much to me. I actually really love hearing what's going on for you guys, how things connect for you, because some of these messages I'm like, I don't know what that means. So it's always cool to see how Spirit is working through. Now, if you would like a personal reading, I do offer those. I do personal readings for humans, so like this kind of reading, but specific to you. Any questions you want, and you just email me, and then I send you a recorded audio. Or I do them for pets as well. I've actually worked as a dog trainer for many years, so I can, whenever I read for pets, and especially dogs, I really get into like their end of behavioral problems. So I have a lot of people come to me for readings with that, and then we go over some physical ways to help their pet as well. But we also talk about foods they like, their spiritual journey with you, past lives. We do some rainbow bridge stuff if your animal has passed on. So I do all that. That's one of my favorite things. But yeah, if you guys need that, you can check it out on my website, which is elderbeingsintuition.com, or you can email me as well. Now keep in mind, I'm not like a doctor or anything like that, so I don't do any kind of readings like that, alright? And that includes mental health, guys. I get some really wild stuff sometimes. I love y'all, but let's stay within the bounds of, you know, what's possible to read on. Okay, we also have the sustainer coming up for this group. This is the last thing, and this is somebody molding clay. Oh, I like this message. This is very hopeful. This is Spirit saying, you know, a lot of you feel like your life is set in stone, or you're getting too old to do certain things, or why haven't I been able to enjoy my life this whole time? And they're saying, have courage. You have the ability to reshape your life. Your life, I'm hearing, in the next 3 years, or over the next 3 years. It doesn't mean it's going to take that long, but they're saying 3 years from now, your life is going to be 100% different than it is right now if you continue taking steps every day to heal the way you have been. So I'm sending you guys lots of love. Let me know in the comments what you think. You can leave me a green heart emoji if you made it through the whole reading. You're the MVPs. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!